they're like
messaging a guy and jacking it to a guy.
They're
being
talking
like,
to a dude, like sexting with a dude. Like
that is gay.
That is so messed up.
It is messed up.
I will say for myself, I do have, like
team.
7,500 people following me right now. I have intro messages set up and certain things that you can set up through OnlyFans to send out, that are pay things.
We'll just say
just let me,
Okay.
So in order for me to really put time and effort into talking to someone, I need to know that they're spending money and they're serious. And there's a lot of men who just want to see my boobs. So with OnlyFans, it's very easy to set up a way where you can send people initial messages and photos. And if they engage with that, then it's easier to then be like, okay, I'm going to communicate with this person who's going to be a money whale for me or whatever.
You have a team who does that.
No, I mean,
well, here's the thing.
My main guys know
it's you. Okay.
Even I just did a live stream the other night, and I have conversations with them on Instagram. I'm the one doing my messaging.
Regardless of what you hold on. Regardless of what you do or don't do.
Yeah.
By the way, even if you would have to acknowledge a girl who does have as I call them, typers or chatters. Mm-hmm. Even if she has one, she's not going to admit she has one. So
why would
that could be the case here. Of course.
Yeah. So, why would they ever do that?
You wouldn't admit it. But you
it's
do
like
acknowledge.
Amber's husband did everything.
Yeah.
You do acknowledge that
there are chatting
OnlyFans
agencies.
Girls,
there are chatting. I have 50 chatting agencies in my DMs every single day being like, I can make you so much money. Come with me. I've gone to influencer events where the whole influencer event is just set up so that management teams can get women from these events and make money off of them and take obscene amounts of money
and
from
then they
them.
romance scam a lot of these mentally ill men.
100%.
Right?
They do romance scam,
But a lot of these OF girls are like basically duping these men into thinking there's a chance.
And they find out they have a husband or something, and they'll even...
Most of these OF girls, by the way, they have boyfriends or husbands.
All of them do, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you do anyways. So the quarrel with OnlyFans, I get that you do solo content, you're not getting like gangbanged or you're not on like Blacked or whatever.
Oh God.
Where you're like sitting on the couch and it's like 7 black dudes or whatever about to gangbang you. I get you're not doing that. That would be worse, right?
Yeah, of course.
Some guys might be okay with your level of it, but I would take it to this other level of, well, okay, you're inducing these men into lust. I'm not even approaching this from like a religious perspective. You're inducing them into lust. There's like men are like jerking off to you. You're like, and it's actually in some ways the fact that you allege or claim that you don't have an agency. It's actually worse. My girlfriend is fucking like sexting with these dudes in her OFs. It's actually worse from a relationship perspective.
I guess,
that you're the one who's actually talking to the dudes. My girlfriend's like getting random dudes off and like sending them stuff. I think a lot of men don't want this at all in a relationship. Although I'm sure your DMs are full. I'm not saying
I just don't answer the DMs because like we talked about at the beginning, like how many of these high profile men that reach out to me are just sexualizing me. I do want some, and that's why I choose to be single. Yeah.
That's all they want.
And so I choose to be single because I would rather have my life like that than whatever.
But I don't know how we were.
I just asked like what how I should be dating, how like even when it comes to the first couple of dates, I make so much money, should I be offering when I know that I want to submit to a man, or because I don't want the twink boyfriend that I call my girlfriend.
I mean, ultimately I think for you
do I have to stop doing what I'm doing to be able to find a relationship? Is it over?
Just follow the guy's lead.
Yeah.
If he wants to go 50-50, whatever, go 50-50. I'm assuming though most dates, even for you, the guy's still going to pay.
Yeah.
Well, the conversation I'm having here is not, I'm speaking, I'm looking at it more bird's eye view perspective.
Okay.
I'm looking at it as like, I view this, I'm looking at it and like, that's fucking bullshit.
Okay.
But are men paying for first dates for modern non-trad women all the time?
Yeah.
I totally acknowledge that. Yeah. And by the way, when I say women who are like porn stars or who are not ladies, when I say they don't deserve it, what I say doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because you could have shot a porno yesterday.
I did.
I
did actually.
Nice. You could have shot a porno yesterday. You can find some simp or sucker who will pay for your date tonight. You can find a simp or sucker who will pay for any date. So there's no dispute that she can find a man who will pay for dates. I'm just looking at it from an outside perspective, fly on the wall. That's a raw deal.
Yeah.
Raw deal. You should go 50-50.
Sometimes I do.
Good
Sometimes
for
I
you.
pay for the date.
I'm proud.
Yeah.
Final couple things here on the chivalry thing, then I'm going to move it on to a different topic. Look, I just think, I don't know. I think that women should embody those traditional qualities if you want to inspire that behavior in men. And then I guess, I don't know, men are supposed to be this perfect picture of a male, a knight in shining armor. That's the original chivalry code, like
Totally.
knights, right? And men need to be everything and more. But again, just what is the expectation on women? Is there any expectations?
That they look good. Yeah.
I mean,
But that's a big
thing.
expectation,
That
and it's a
is
lot of pressure on women.
subjective.
And when we talk about men getting discarded or how hard it is for them to date, if a woman doesn't look hot, she's treated completely
but-
differently throughout her life.
same for men.
Not with
Same
looks.
for men, actually.
No way.
I think women are way harsher when it comes to looks than men are.
I don't.
Well, I'll tell you, here's
A
how
lot
I
of women
know.
like ugly guys.
Well, here's how I know. Well, perhaps it's the case. Perhaps it's the case that women are a bit more forgiving on this front, and I would probably grant that to be true. However, if you look at dating apps, for example, or if you look at women's assessments of male attractiveness, you'll have, and they've done studies on dating apps, and they've looked at the data, and it's really robust. Like, we're looking millions and millions of users. Women will rank like 80% of men as physically unattractive, whereas men will like do a more equal distribution in terms of who they will categorize, in terms of women, who they will categorize as attractive.
Yeah.
And you might say, well, okay, well, women are more invested in making themselves look better, so there's just there's better looking women. There's quite a bit of nuance there. But I mean, I would say that women are really harsh judges of male attractiveness. And they're actually, in addition to that, though, which compounds the situation, while women are harsh judges of male attractiveness, they're very generous judges of female attractiveness and their own attractiveness. So women will often rate other women. Like, for example, they'll say Lizzo's beautiful, but if you tell a woman she looks like Lizzo, they'll be offended. You'll do this sort of thing where, oh my God, you look at like a girl's Instagram comments, and it's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And it could be like, I'm not trying to be mean, but it could be like, it could be an unattractive woman, and oh my God, you're so slay queen, you're beautiful, blah blah blah. Women gas each other up like that, and like men don't really do that.
My comment section is straight up Indian men going, show bobs open, like, please send pics, give me your phone number, I want to marry you now. There's no women there.
If I could pull up like an average college girl's Instagram
100%,
profile,
yeah.
and I've seen them. I pull up an average college girl's Instagram profile, like 10 of the compliments, 20 of the are compliments from other women.
100%.
Oh my God, you're beautiful, slay, blah blah, all this shit, right?
Even if it's like the most
Obese.
Picture
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's like what women say to each other, young girls.
To what you said about the dating apps with, like hot guys being in that 20% getting all the women, dating apps have been made incredibly unfair. For most men, if you're not paying the dating app, you're not going to be getting the service you want. And the dating apps have made it that way so that more men will pay for the premium so that they can send their super likes and they can do this. And, it's not just the women only choosing a certain demographic of men, but the actual apps themselves trying to. Tinder used to be free.
Hold on.
Now
I'm
you can
sorry,
spend.
I have to cut you off. I need to finish up this conversation on chivalry, and then, time permitting, later on we can talk about paying for dating apps.
Yeah.
I want to open it up to the rest of the panel because it's mostly been you two.
Yeah, we need the Filipina. I want you, the spicy Filipina, to join in. Why are you so quiet over there?
You can ask me anything.
We, if any of the other women, you've heard this discussion about, gender roles and chivalry. I guess my final thing is on this, and I'll open it up to any other women who want to weigh in, is that I think I have responsibility in a relationship. I need to have authority then. But women, again, women want leaders. They don't want to be followers. What gender roles do women have? Part of the bargain, I believe, is if you want me to be a provider and a protector and a leader, I need to have authority in my relationship. Women don't want to allow for that sort of authority to exist. You said no. Like, let me ask you a question. In your marriage, does somebody have veto power?
I think we both do.
Let me change it. Who's the tiebreaker?
I don't think either of us. I think it depends on the situation, but my husband does not have authority.
Stalemate? Okay, so what if there's a stalemate? Who gets final say in some decision?
I think some go his way and some go my way. That's the honest answer.
So
he is not the authority.
But Brian, to be fair, Colette does seem like a type. She does seem like a type A woman, though, right? She doesn't seem like a.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? I mean, so I could just see that she does seem a little more,
and what does type A mean to you?
More not that you're masculine, at all,
Masculine.
but I don't know how else to describe it. Just a little more type A, a little more aggressive. Like, it seems like you can handle yourself more. Just because I guess you are a psychiatrist, so that kind of makes you a leader because you have to lead couples. So it's like, I feel like you're like, I don't know, lack of a better word, a little more masculine, even though you're not masculine.
So I hear you, like masculine energy. I think I'm assertive, but I would tell you, and this might surprise you, that I do still really value being feminine.
You definitely seem feminine, so I'm not trying to say you seem trans or anything like that. But you know what I mean? Like, you just seem like
I was not taking it that
you're
way.
a vocal woman.
I am vocal. I am vocal, but I do want to I want to make my husband happy too. Like, I don't want to rule the roost. I don't want to emasculate my husband. I'm not looking for it to be my way or the highway. I'm not looking for him to provide for me or any of those things. But when I hear words like submissive and authority, those for me make me cringe a little. That feels too far for me. Nobody is going to be the authority of me at 52. Now, I will say I was more traditional and submissive when I was younger, but I think culture has changed a lot. My daughters in their 20s are not that way at all, but they're not looking for like a knight to ride up and save them. They want an equal relationship where they feel respected and valued and seen and heard. And I don't think they're looking for like a traditional man to be the leader. They just want like a good dude who's going to treat them well. And that's what I want to.
Yeah, and I think that is, a simple way of putting it. But I want you to comment, the Filipina, because you just got out of that relationship. So why did y'all get out of that relationship?
Wait, really quick, I'll have her answer your question, but really quick before I have her jump in, you said it's cringe, like obey, submissive.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's cringe. Your job's amazing. Your job's amazing. Submissive.
Well, I don't think that's cringe for a woman to be submissive. I mean, I think there are some roles.
It is for me. I'm just speaking for me. The word submissive, to me, that makes me feel like I'm losing my power.
Yeah, I think the word submissive is very misunderstood.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it means to submit. Yeah. And that's not something that at this stage of my life I am interested in, but nor do I want my husband to submit to me. We're equal partners coming to the table making decisions
You're not
together.
equal partners, though.
Why?
Okay, a couple questions. One, you said for the first few months of dating, he paid for all the dates.
Yeah.
Immediately, you're not equal. Secondly,
Fair enough.
Where do you live again? Florida?
I live in Florida.
Okay, do you own a firearm?
No.
Does your husband own a firearm?
No.
No firearms, that's fine.
But my ex-husband owned a lot of firearms.
There's a lot of people watch the show. You have a bunch of guns.
Okay, yes, we have guns. We are stocked up. Do not come to my house.
Somebody breaks in. Who goes and checks on it?
Definitely my husband.
That doesn't sound very equal to me.
Okay, fair enough.
So, but the entailment there, hold on, the entailment there is my husband has to be willing to die. The least then I can get as a man, if I have to be willing to risk my life and die for a woman, the least she can do is obey and be submissive.
The way you said that, I didn't believe how you said
me to go. We'd all die if I'm the one.
You'd be a great pastor.
A church?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, yeah, like a televised church.
I think even secular relationships, the woman should be submissive.
Yeah. Can we have a patio, and if somebody breaks in, we run out the back door together? I don't want my husband to die.
Perfect
I'm gonna be
test.
so sad.
Perfect test for this. Should your boyfriend or husband be willing to take a bullet for you?
Oh.
Did you see
That's
that?
kind of a hard one.
That was a good
That
save.
is hard.
I say no, just because.
Wait, so
That's
let's
not a
go
hard
around the
question.
table, starting with you.
So your question is, should they be willing, or I just expect them to take a bullet for me?
Both, I guess. I mean,
Well, no, because I feel
don't
like
expect it,
there's
but they should be
there-
willing.
there's their perspective, and then my
Okay, well, in a scenario where one person has to take the bullet, do you take the bullet, or should the husband, boyfriend?
can't we just go Matrix on them and just do some?
Somebody has to take the bullet.
I've never thought about that answer or question before, and
I know, first time.
like I guess like in that scenario, I don't have an answer for you.
How about
because
this?
It's
if
like what's
if
the
somebody
scenario?
shot at you guys, and instead of your husband, like Alex is my
Like if
wife.
he used me as a human shield,
Alex is my
and like
wife
put
here.
me in front of me.
And I protected it. I grabbed him and brought him away. Yes.
I can see
Let's
it
get
now.
the wig for him.
Well, but in your scenario,
and-
it's not
and-
necessarily they got shot; they're protecting me, right?
But instead of protecting you, he scampered away out of fear.
I mean,
Or
if he scampered away,
unattractive.
that's not the kind of man I'm going to be attracted to. So I don't even
Gross.
see us getting to that
Gives you the ick.
stage.
Gives you the ick. Go
I wouldn't say it gives.
Quick answers, please, so I can get the other girls.
I can't remember what the scenario was. He's pushing me in front, or he's just running away.
Ew.
No,
I'm
he's
running
like-
away.
He's using you as a
Well,
body
you
shield.
could either answer the original bullet question.
Okay.
Should he take the bullet,
I don't
or
think so.
should he like protect you, or like would you
No,
lose attraction or whatever?
if I'm getting shot, I would rather die because if a man takes a bullet for me, I'm going to miss
okay,
the man I
great.
love.
Next,
He should take a bullet.
he should love it. Thank you. Simple.
Yes.
Yes. What?
He should take the bullet.
Okay.
'Cause, yeah.
I think it's kind of situational.
Okay, great. What's the situation? You're
I
getting
don't know.
shot
What
at.
is the situation? Why
You're
are we
getting
getting
shot
shot?
at. I don't know.
Shouldn't we
Someone's
both
breaking
run?
into your house, and
If I'm
you want your man to
stupid,
protect
where
you.
I'm not going to run and he runs, that's on me. Like what?
I don't know what this. Okay, how about this?
Why didn't I
somebody
run?
breaks in, and
And my boyfriend's a cop. Like
and-
why are we running?
What,
Oh my God, bro, you're overthinking this fucking.
what about you're getting
Jesus
jumped
Christ.
on the street?
Getting
Like,
jumped on the street.
Do you
There's
want your
one
man
bullet.
to protect
There's
you?
one bullet. I have a child, so I would hope that maybe he would go and take the bullet.
So he dies. Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I would want that, but I would also take a bullet for him.
Right, but in this scenario, only one person can take the bullet. I get that you would
It's
do
him.
it too, but
It's just kids.
who
We're
takes the
standing
bullet?
in
Well,
front
he
of
has
each
kids
other.
too.
doesn't it?
I would
he has
take it.
kids.
The intruder. We team up on him, Mr. and Mrs. Smith style.
But who takes the bullet?
All right, fine, you win you. The guy.
Who takes the bullet?
I would say the guy.
The guy takes the bullet. So okay, now we're kind of getting to the meat and bones here. So women will even say, I'm kind of a traditional or less traditional. But when it comes to protection, like if, for example, if my girlfriend runs away scared at something, my like attraction towards her doesn't diminish. Like cowardice in women is not going to really be like there's you can be a coward in other ways, like betraying your family in some way. That would be cowardice that might change your assessment of your partner. But like cowardice in terms of like physical violent threat, I'm never going to look at a girl and she screams, ah, and she freaks out, don't care, won't be less attracted to her. If you're with your boyfriend and he cowers and he screams and he's a bitch in some physical confrontation, violent confrontation, whatever, maybe he sees a spider and he screams, you're like, damn, pussy dried up forever from that shit.
Wait, that's a fact, and I didn't plan this. Babe, come here real quick. She's going to have to make her cameo. Babe, do you know the story that I'm referencing? Come here real quick. Tell them the story that just happened that I'm referencing, and I have not told you anything that just happened, and how did I react, and how did you react? No, to the ice, at the ice facility. The black dude.
Oh, yes. We went
Wait, lean into the
got
mic
it.
here.
We went to the ice facility in Chicago to see if it was actually crazy or not, and there was this black guy that did look a little sketchy. He scared
And he
me.
had said, and the guy had said a bunch of inflammatory stuff about Charlie Kirk.
Yes, and he had reached in his pocket, and I got scared and took a step back, and Alex
He acted like it was a gun. Like, we have it on camera. I didn't even post that part, but he's like fiddling around, and he was definitely pretending like it was a gun.
Yes,
I'm
but-
not even kidding.
And he noticed that. I had noticed that, and he was like, oh, don't worry, it's not anything.
As soon as she started like fiddling around, because him and I are arguing, all of a sudden he's like reaches in her thing. You're gonna think it's fake. This is real. He reaches in like this, and then she starts scampering away. I get get closer to the guy because I think if he's about to pull a gun, I'm about to just jump him. You know, I mean, I don't have a choice. And so I stayed right there in the situation, and she ran away. And he's like, "Oh, you don't need to run. It's not a gun." So, I mean, I do feel like in that situation, I would have taken a bullet. So.
I thought that Alex was talking about the cockroach thing, so I'm terrified of bugs. And he like kills them with no problem, but I like want to start crying if I see a cockroach.
Spider or anything, I kill
that
it.
happened the other day. That's why I was like, wait, the cockroach.
Yeah.
Thank you for making an appearance.
Thank you. Yeah. But to that point, I guess to finish off there is when we're making assessments of partners, like a woman who's gets scared or fearful in this sort of situation really isn't going to have some sort of negative consequence or negative impact on the relationship. But a woman witnesses her boyfriend or husband be a coward in this, it's like devastating. The relationship's fucking over. Relationship's over. I've heard stories like a girl sees her boyfriend get beat up, and I mean, it depends on the circumstances, but like he's just, I don't know, gets his shit rocked, and it's like she loses attraction for him, whether consciously or subconsciously. This does happen. And I guess what I'm trying to say here is that there is then an expectation here. Well, actually, one more question to really nail the point home. The sidewalk rule, chivalry. Should the man walk closer, if you're walking along a sidewalk, should he walk closer to the road, the street? You know that thing? Like,
Oh yeah.
I prefer that.
Me, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, yes, what about you?
I didn't even know it was a thing until it was pointed out to me, and yes, because it
But you
does
prefer
physically
that?
make. I don't have a preference, but I have noticed most men do have that preference, and it makes them feel more
Like
confident
they'll
about going
put you
out.
on the.
I have been on the outside of the sidewalk, and they have been like, "You need to switch," and I was like, "I do,"
Right.
and then because
Yeah.
I don't think that way, but men. And that's what I was alluding to
Sure.
is that a lot of times, like a man running away from a bullet, to me, that comments on the type of leadership he carries.
Okay.
I would say I prefer a man to have me on the inside. When I'm with a man, I want to turn my brain off. So if they're on the other side, they can see if a car is about to hit us.
Right. What? Go ahead.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You want the guy to observe the sidewalk rule. What about you?
I also think this applies to like children too. Like even whenever I'm just out with my child, I always put her on the inside. So I guess maybe
So are
same.
women children?
No, but
okay.
I mean, whoever the
But you put
protector
your
is.
children on the
Yeah,
inside.
whoever the protector is,
Okay.
like that's who should be on the outside.
Right. Okay. Your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yep. Sidewalk rule. Sidewalk.
Yes.
So what's so interesting to me is you have an issue with submissive, obey, but a lot of these things we just sort of take them for granted. The bullet thing, the guy running away thing, the sidewalk rule thing. The ultimate manifestation of a man protecting you is to die for you. Women expect men to I know it's rare, but the expectation is there, whether consciously or subconsciously. You want men to fucking give their life and die for you.
Yes.
You better fucking obey me. You better be submissive. If I have to fucking die for you, you better fucking be, you better obey, you better be submissive. Fucking, you can't nag me. You can't nag me. You can't, shit, I don't know.
No, but the goal is just to find a man that I feel like I can listen to him and I can trust. Because there's so many men
If
where
it's
like,
the man you pick, you should listen to him.
Yeah.
If you pick him, you listen to him.
Listen to him. Like, so if he disagrees with what you want to do in your life, you should obey that.
But why did you pick him if he disagrees?
Well, because life is
hold on. Is
complicated.
it a man's duty
You're not gonna
to
agree.
give his? Wait, well, hold on.
go ahead.
Is it a man's duty to give his wife everything that she wants?
No, but I do think it's a woman's duty to pick a man that she will be happy with. Because
Sure.
ultimately the woman gets to decide
Absolutely.
whether or not to be in a relationship. So if you're picking a man and he has a lot of values that don't align with you, why did you pick that
But
man?
should a man fit her whims?
No, but she should pick a man that supports how she feels. You know, like I'm not going to submit to a man whose views I do not align with, and that's just that. Like, why should I? You know,
Should a man be obedient to his wife?
No, I don't think anyone should be obedient. I don't like the language obedience in a
Look,
marriage,
then you guys
in
need
a relationship.
to rewire your biology and start being attracted to cowardice in men and start being attracted to men who would never protect you. You know what? How about this? I want want my woman to, I think my life is more valuable, no offense. I want my woman to walk on closer to the road, so when a fucking, I don't know, a Ford Bronco comes barreling down the fucking
clip
street,
her.
she can be my meat shield, throw her into the fucking car, she can be my meat shield, and I get to survive, and I then get to... Most of these women, by the way, when their boyfriend dies from a Ford Bronco, they're back on Tinder within a week. They're fucking another guy within 2 weeks.
I mean,
it's
these aren't
ridiculous.
always their boyfriends,
You're on Tinder secretly. You're on Tinder low key like this. You're at the fucking funeral. You're downloading Hinge.
Oh my
You're
God.
downloading-
Oh my God.
They're on their fucking phones. You're on fucking Craigslist and
Okay,
shit.
but if your girlfriend's on the outside of the sidewalk, does she have to obey you? If she's the meat shield, does she have to obey you?
Exactly.
Well, I have a very sexist perspective.
But what do you think?
What do you think about men who are not dating women who do that innately? Because there
Dude.
are a lot of men who are like, I'm not
true.
dating, and I in my circles we call each other brethren and
Oh, like
sistren, and they
brethren?
brethren and sistren.
Brethren? How do you spell that?
Brethren.
B-R-E-N-D-R-E-N.
Yeah,
Anyways,
It's
like a
so
biblical
it
thing.
doesn't matter. But my
this,
point being
fucking
is that there
Shire?
is.
Yeah, I know what it is. It sounds like a
If
cult,
it was,
kind of.
but it's not.
Lord of the Rings here, so give me some hobbits.
My point being is that a lot of men do that for women they are not romantically invested with because it's just something culturally that a lot of them are taught at a very young age.
I get it, but it's like, why?
Why are women being held accountable for something that you're teaching men when they're young?
It's a society thing that we need to like.
And I'm not
It is
saying that
societally
women don't
conditioned.
participate.
I
It
would
is.
actually, you know what? I understand that there is this sort of societal expectation that men do these acts even for women that aren't their girlfriend or wives.
Yeah.
I think that that's ridiculous. This idea, and maybe, you know, Alex might disagree with me on this. Like, I personally think, like, maybe this is a really precise example. If you're out with your girlfriend or your wife and some shit's going down, you know, and you see a woman over there being like harassed by some homeless dude on the subway, me personally, I got to consider protecting myself and my wife. And well, if your kids are around, I'm not going to go be the hero and like go get fucking shanked by this homeless guy who it means nothing to him. I'm going to extract myself, my wife, and my kids from the situation. I'm going to protect those people who are important to me. But I don't know if that's even
But
relevant
maybe
to the
someone who doesn't
Yes.
have as much of that kind of responsibility, they might try to diffuse the situation.
At this point,
Even
At this
women.
point, I don't know.
But
Plus,
Brian, do you think
what
men
happened-
and women are equal? Because like, I think they're just not. And the reason why I bring this up is that well, this is why I look at the trans. You were talking about that video. I was talking about the transgender bathroom bill, and the only reason I bring it up is not even to get political because it's an asymmetrical problem. It's that it's only men going into women's spaces because a man doesn't care if like a twink girl that's dressed like a guy comes in our space. That doesn't make us feel uncomfortable. You know, like some girl dressed like a guy, but a guy in a girl's dress does make them feel uncomfortable. So it's like we're just two different people. Like the idea of equality is impossible.
100%. I agree with
That's
that.
what I
Predator
yeah, it's
are
just-
the
Why is
predators,
di-
women are
what-
the prey.
Yeah, yeah.